Hey guys, Cody with CJC Off-Road, and today we're going to be talking about ram steering. Now you might be feeling a clunk, a pop, a grinding noise, or you could even be getting death wobble. These are all common issues that arise on the second, third, and fourth gen platforms of the Ram heavy-duty trucks. Now there's a lot of variables with what can happen on the front of these trucks, so this is definitely not a concrete guide, and your mileage may vary, but these are some of the main issues that we've run into with these trucks. Now there's only a handful of components on the front of these trucks. That is the track bar, the steering linkage, the ball joints, and we're gonna go through each one of these items on this truck that is here behind me, and we're gonna show you how to diagnose the wear in these items and some good options for replacement parts. All right, now this truck was brought to us with a customer complaint of grinding, a clunk noise in the steering, as well as just overall poor driving characteristics. Now, if you're in your driveway, I know you don't have quite as many specialized tools or a rack, but there is a simple way to find play in your steering components. Now, what you need to do is get a friend, have them jump in the truck, turn the truck on, obviously leave it in park with the emergency brake on, while you lay under the truck and basically wiggle the wheel back from the 10 and 2 position pretty violently. Now what this does is this actually simulates more load on your steering components than even driving down the road, because as you're driving, the truck is rolling and it really gets a lot of assistance in turning. While the truck's stationary, the full load of the vehicle is put on all these components. Now the quickest way is going to just be to see a popping or a movement in the steering tie rod ends. That's going to be the quickest way to diagnose a bad steering linkage. It's very common, especially a truck like this one that still has the Y-style linkage. With 155,000 miles on it, it's pretty common to see it wear. This truck has wear at all of the joints, the pitman arm, the lower Y, the and both knuckles. From there, you're gonna look at the track bar, and track bar play is mainly a side-to-side play when the truck is turning left to right. And this play is pretty noticeable on a factory track bar because of the thick rubber bushings. Once those wear out, the track bar tends to rock side to side. Lastly, the ball joints, that's something that is a little bit different to diagnose. You're gonna need a floor jack as well as a pry bar. And what you do is you jack the tire up just a slight amount off the ground, enough to get the pry bar up and lift up and down on the wheel or the tire. And what happens is you're gonna see a little bit of play in the ball joints. Now there is a spec amount of vertical play in the ball joints. Now this is something that has been highly debated on the forums and whatnot. There is a factory amount of play in there. However, as you can see on this truck, the amount is extreme, and it also allows for side-to-side play, which is where you get poor tire wear and a lot of weird driving characteristics because your steering knuckles are basically wallowing in the ball joints as you're trying to go straight down the road. The areas we're going to be addressing today are definitely not a catch-all for death wobble and also major steering flaws in your truck, dead spot and things like that. However, these 3 parts pretty much are gonna fix 90% of your trucks out there, because these are the 3 most common places that we see wear on these trucks. Now you could still have a bad steering box or even bad tires causing death wobble or, again, other weird driving characteristics, but these 3 parts are the 3 major players in poor steering characteristics on these platforms. Now on the topic of tires, this is something that's really a little known fact that a lot of people on discussion boards and social media groups don't really discuss, but tires can play a huge role in death wobble and poor driving characteristics. The tire itself will eventually wear down from obviously a lot of miles or just having been on the vehicle for a long time. And what ends up happening is the tire gets a little bit of vibration in it because the sidewall has broken down, and that vibration translates into your steering and starts to bounce back and forth, and that is what ultimately results in death wobble. So even if you don't have death wobble right now, but you feel kind of a weird vibration and you've replaced a lot of components in your front end, there's a high chance that your tires may be either A, out of balance or just worn out. We see it with some of the cheaper brands and some of the softer brands that the tires just don't last long on these heavy vehicles. Now another thing you can do is look at your tires to try and diagnose what is wrong with your truck. A bad ball joint or a bent axle can cause camber on the wheel, which will result in strangely wearing tires. Now even bad tie rod ends, that can also land you with a weird cupping form going on with your front tire because the wheel is sort of dancing as you're going down the road as well. Cupping can also be a result of bad shocks. Again, this guide isn't a guarantee on which part's gonna be worn out, but this should help narrow it down for most of you. Any concerns or you wanna get this stuff ordered, give us a call, shoot us an email or comment down below. So keep your eyes peeled, we're uploading a ton more videos, and thanks for watching.